What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a word from the ancestor read for the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, you guys are first on the zodiac lineup from week 3. Okay, hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay. Um, no, you guys are probably wondering if I'm doing okay. I am. Okay. Just trying to let the energy die down a little bit. Had a lot of stuff going on, and so I just kind of stretched week 3 since right now is technically vacation time for me from readings. Okay. And so I just went on ahead and took some time off to kind of space the readings out a bit. Okay, so apologies for making y'all wait, but your girl, I have to take care of myself, and if I, advise you guys to do the same, then I have to practice what I preach. And so I'm a true advocate of stepping away if I need to. Okay, and so I had some other things that I needed to work on as well, along with letting the energy die down. And so here we are, week 3 extended as far as readings go. Okay, so I have one more reading for you guys, and then I also have the energy shout out to do, and then we're rolling into the monthly manifestation as well. Okay, which should be out sometime next week. Okay, so this is the pyramid spread. If you are not familiar, we changed up the spread for the ancestor reads. So if you are not familiar, by all means, you can check the greetings and exclusives playlist on my channel, where you will find out exactly what happened with the reading itself if you were not around during the change. Okay, so you guys should be familiar with how the pyramid goes. Okay, there are no clarifiers, it's only one deck. Okay, and hopefully you guys can see the pyramid in its entirety here. If I need to adjust, I will. Okay, already shuffled and sat in your energy before we started. Okay, the row here, the very last row, will kind of play as a clarifier for the row above it, and so on and so forth. Okay, so we have 7 cards on this bottom row. We'll look at the bottom of the deck, which is the overall energy for your reading. Okay, if we need to go any further at the bottom of the deck, I will do so if necessary. Okay, if energetically guided to. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into your reading, Sagittarius. All right, so let's start off with this 4 of Swords at the very top of your pyramid. Okay, so you are doing a lot of either resting, okay, or reevaluating things. Okay, that is what the 4 of Swords stands for. Okay, is a lot of contemplation, reviewing things. What you could be reviewing, it just could be your life in general, as far as changes that may need to be made within your life, whether it be for personal growth or professional matters at heart. Okay, let's see what's at the next row to start. It is a 2 of Cups. Okay, 2 of Cups. So it could be in reference to, like I said, life in general. But what we have here with the 2 of Cups is some type of relationship situation, and you could be reevaluating your relationship with someone in particular. Okay, maybe going back to where it all began. Again, I feel like it's a method of just reevaluating things, maybe in a sense of what went wrong, or what could be done differently, okay, for some of you, all right? And if I didn't say it already, take what resonates and pass the rest to the next, okay? I have to keep saying that, okay, in reference to these readings, especially for this week, okay? Because I feel like for some, don't get too sucked in to tarot. That has been somewhat an interjecting theme for the readings for week 3, okay? So we have now the Six of Swords, okay? Six of Swords coming up underneath this Four of Swords, okay? So we go from 4 to 6, okay? And so again, I keep getting this ongoing theme of reevaluating your life, okay? And maybe you're reevaluating your life in the sense of how it affects your relationship, okay? Maybe unhealed traumas, things of that nature, okay? Six of Swords is talking about moving on, okay, or moving away from something, okay? You could be possibly moving away from a relationship or someone moving away from you, okay? Could be someone with child, doesn't have to be, but it's just an honorable mention, okay? It could also kind of, again, it's underneath this Four of Swords. It could be a Sagittarius trying to determine whether or not to leave a situation behind, okay? There's also maybe some underlining childhood trauma for someone in regards to the separation of a happy home, okay? Or what appeared to be a happy home, all right? Next, we have the Hermit, which is Virgo energy, okay? Isolation, okay? I feel as though for those Sagittariuses that are possibly moving away from a relationship, you don't have to have Virgo in your chart or dealing with a Virgo. It's an honorable mention. Any of the signs that are mentioned during your read are all an honorable mention. If you know your birth chart, then it's possible you have that birth chart, that sign in your birth chart, okay? So you might want to go and read or see where it lies, okay, for you, okay? Honorable mention if it is a particular sign, okay? Now, this Hermit, the way that it's facing this Six of Swords, okay, I feel as though for the Sagittariuses that are moving away from someone, it is a person that either is very kind of isolated with their feelings. They do not share as much, okay? Or they always have you kind of like befuddled in a sense, okay? But they always seem to find you, okay? So wherever you go, you will always be found by them, okay? Not in a stalkerish kind of way, if that's what you're wondering. It doesn't feel like a stalker vibe. It just feels like you two always end up back together somehow, okay? And so with separation and isolation from this person, eventually, time heals wounds and you always end up back together, but then you end up separating again, okay? And so that's what I feel for some of you Sagittarius. Is not all, that's for a specific few, okay? So for the rest of you, it's more so about, trying to find what it is that causes this dysfunction possibly within your relationships. Again, possibly trying to find yourself, okay? So let's move on to the third row, which has 5 cards and is talking about, the change that could be going on in your life or upcoming change, okay? So we have the Two of Swords here, Two of Swords. And Two of Swords is usually talking about indecision, okay? Kind of like a fork in the road and possibly, being kind of blindsided by things or not wanting to see or know certain things, okay, with this Two of Swords energy, okay? And so maybe you could be indecisive if you have not made the decision to separate from someone. You could be indecisive on whether or not to stay or go, okay? And so you're kind of blinding yourself from making the decision, okay? But eventually it does have to be made, okay? And it's quite possible, you go into this isolation so that way you can try to make the decision, but it's, not as easy as it sounds or seems, okay? So for others, it is because you have the Nine of Cups here, okay? Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is coming up underneath the Two of Cups, okay? So this could possibly be a progression of feelings as we go through your reading, okay? Where you go through this phase of possibly reflecting on if you want to stay or go in the relationship with this Four of Swords at the top of your reading. And then we end up here at this Nine of Cups, water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, right up underneath the Two of Cups. So it's quite clear that you are very secure within yourself. You have your own faith in yourself that it was not you. Is what I'm feeling. And so you are secure within yourself. You know what you brought to the table, and it's quite clear, Sagittarius, is y'all are like, it won't me, it was them. And so if that be the case, then by all means, okay, do what you do. You know you better than anyone else, okay? And so if that is the case, then by all means, I feel like that's where you are right now, or will be headed in that way after this Two of Swords energy, as far as contemplating on maybe going back to this person, or if you made the right decision. But with this Nine of Cups, you either obviously made the right decision, or this person feels like they made the right decision if they were the one that walked away, okay? So get in where you fit in on that, all right? Because there could be some cross watching, and that energy can easily come in on your reading, okay? Now, let's move on to the next one. We have the Hierophant, okay? The Hierophant, which is right here underneath this Six of Swords. This is the center of your read, is you, this middle row here, okay? And so the Hierophant is usually kind of like my marriage card when I do readings, okay? Because you have this kind of judge or priest here and two people, okay? And so I feel this energy of someone possibly reflecting on a marriage in particular, okay? Where, someone either walked away from a marriage or should have walked away, okay? You had a lot of options. Maybe you saw a lot of red flags. Maybe there was a lot of separation between you and the person before getting married, okay? For some, and there were, the red flags were there, the signs were there, but you still wanted to go through with it. Or every time when there was a problem, someone would always run away, okay? And so the question is maybe posed to yourself, why did I go through with it when there were all these red flags, okay? Mind you, there's, as I always say, coulda, shoulda, woulda, always seems to happen when we're reflecting on choices that we've already made, okay? Instead of so much reflecting on the choice, reflect on the reason why you made the choice, okay? Especially if it's in reference to trying to heal, okay? Focus on what it is, why you made that particular choice. What was it? Obviously, the red flags were not enough to stop you from moving forward. So there was obviously other reasons, okay? And so maybe it was just love, okay? Something that made those red flags kind of were, undershadowed, if you will, by the good that this person presented, okay? Maybe this person presented so much potential, that's why you continue to go through with it, okay? For some of you, it could be an ongoing situation, and this said marriage has not occurred yet, okay? And so possibly with this Two of Swords, you're trying to determine whether or not if you want to continue this relationship, okay? For some of you, you could be living in separate homes right now, and that's kind of boding well for you until this person shows, the potential of being a little bit more than what they are now, okay? But that's for a separate set of you, and we'll probably touch on that maybe in your All My Love reading, okay? Let's move on to the next card here, which is the Six of Wands, okay? Six of Wands, which is underneath the Hermit, okay? And following the Hierophant. So I feel like with this Six of Wands and being up underneath this Hermit, being to yourself is actually quite beneficial for you, okay? I strongly suggest it, especially after dealing or getting out of a relationship, is taking the time to find who you are, the proper time to heal, so that way you do not take those traumas on to the next person, okay? The last thing you want to do is jump into a new relationship and consistently compare that person to your last person. And if they do anything that's remotely close to what your last person did, is going to interfere with you being able to heal and getting to know that new person. So learn how to love on yourself, date yourself in the sense of, refocusing your attention to other things such as work, family, friends, things of that nature, okay? It will bode very well for you, this isolation, okay? And if it has anything to do with, separating from someone to kind of get some space, it is very and highly suggested, okay? So let's move on to the next card, and we have the Ten of Pentacles, okay? Ten of Pentacles, which is talking about stability in the sense of family. Now, if I just look at these three cards here, okay, on this right side, this right side of your spread is considered masculine energy. The left side is feminine energy, okay? Masculine energy here with these three cards, in the sense of, if you're doesn't matter if you're male or female, we all have both of those energies within us. The energy to want to provide and use our discernment and be motivated and things of that nature come from the masculine side, or masculine energy, okay? And so if you're wondering, Sagittarius, if you'll be able to truly have a family that's, full of love, stability, value, things of that nature, it is successful for you to have that, okay? One day that will come for you. At this time, for some of you, it's not the best time right now. You have not found that person that truly completes you yet, okay? And maybe you need to establish a long-term friendship that grows into something more that could provide you with this Ten of Pentacles, okay? Now, for others of you, in this sense of, if we're just looking at this fifth row here in regards to a relationship, for some of you, you could be, over those humps and hurdles and obstacles in a relationship and headed towards marriage. It's going to change your life, okay, in regards to finally making a decision that you do want this Ten of Pentacles, and you no longer want to just be by yourself. You want to be in a relationship. You want to have marriage and everything down the line. It will be very successful. You have found that person that completes you. And so this third row here with the 5 cards is talking about the change that may come in your life. And so that change is a very profound future of a family, okay? You just have to get over this hurdle of figuring out what it is that you truly want, and if that is what you want, okay? So it may not have worked with this person, okay, but that doesn't mean you won't meet someone else. So it still kind of refers to you in regards to these 3 cards, as far as either finding that person or on the verge of meeting that person eventually, okay? Again, 4 of Swords at the top. You are reevaluating your life, okay, and what it is that you truly want. Now we're moving into the last row here. So we have the 6 of Cups, okay, 6 of Cups, following that 10 of Pentacles, okay. Sagittarius, sharing some feelings, possibly with someone, okay? It is diagonal from this Two of Swords energy, okay? Again, that indecisiveness, and maybe finally sharing that with someone so that way they can understand kind of where you come from, okay? If you've had obstacles with someone within your relationship, if we take this side of the pyramid and going up, Six of Cups, Two of Swords, Two of Cups to the Four of Swords, you're kind of explaining possibly, you know, your inner child, the things that have really been troubling you in regards to or understanding yourself. This could be you talking to you, okay, as far as your inner child of what's been going on and disturbing your relationships, okay. There's some inner child work that needs to be done, all right. Next, we have the Page of Swords. So we go down the sword, okay, from Two of Swords to Page of Swords, which is going here, okay, underneath that Two of Swords and kind of swiping over at this Six of Cups, okay. So light communication, you know, a little choppy in the sense of wanting to really share, okay. There is some resistance, okay, of wanting to share what is wrong, okay. Or whether or not the decision, it could be about finally making that final decision, but it's nothing with there's no conviction in your words, okay, is what I'm feeling, okay. So it's still a sense of possibly uncertainty when it comes to this corner right here, okay. Excuse me. There's a little bit of uncertainty here about wanting to share, okay? And it could be between you and this other person, you know, where maybe the other person doesn't really want to hear it and maybe doesn't know whether or not if you're really being sincere, okay? So let's get on to the next one. We have the Death card, okay? Scorpio energy coming up underneath the Two of Cups, the Nine of Cups into the Death card, okay? And so it's possible for you guys, again, to kind of come to a conclusion with these three cards together. I feel like it's the end of a certain behavioral pattern, okay? Of kind of thinking that you're fine by yourself. You want this Two of Cups, okay? You want to be in a relationship. You thrive in a relationship. You low-key love, okay? You don't want people to know that you do, but, you know, no more hiding behind this Nine of Cups, you know, feeling, you know, accomplished and secure when there's something missing in your world, okay? There is something missing, and you know it, all right? So let's move on to this Two of Wands, okay? Two of Wands, ending out the center of your reading, Sagittarius, right here down the middle, right up underneath the Hierophant, and looking at this Death card, okay? I feel as though this is possibly someone in your energy, Sagittarius, that has always been open to you, okay? This person in this Two of Wands, is holding this world, okay? And there's a whole world out there, but this person always is open to you, okay? This is someone you can always rely on, okay? And kind of looking towards this Death card, is never scared of you at all. And within this Death card, there's actually this woman here kind of bent down and kind of right in front of the horse, okay? And so that is what I'm feeling, okay? Usually with the Two of Wands is talking about, you know, embarking on a journey of, you know, exploration, okay? And so while this person does have the ability to explore other options, they're facing towards that Death card. They're facing towards this Nine of Cups, okay? So I feel as though they want to explore options with you, okay? They just need you to get out of whatever hole you're in, okay? So we have King of Cups following after that. Okay, King of Cups right up underneath this Six of Wands. Okay, and the Hermit card, masculine energy on this right side. Okay, and so while this King of Cups has their back turned, okay, there's a ship that's out in the water. Okay, this person obviously, or you, is, grown into some type of maturity with the King of Cups. Very easy to rein in their emotions. Okay, and is more so led, head over heart type of decisions, if you will. Okay, but is very successful, and or has become very successful after this isolation. Okay, and that again could possibly be you guys, Sagittarius. Get in where you fit in. Okay, and so again, water energy, definitely a good mix of water energy in here. Okay, Sagittarius. And so they've been either you or this person has been very successful in taking this isolation. Okay, and this isolation could be in ties to generational wealth. Okay, doing something or things for the family. Okay, let's move on to the next one. We have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, Four of Pentacles is coming here underneath the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so holding back, okay, is or preserving something. All right, Ten of Pentacles reduced down to 4. Okay, having to possibly refrain from doing certain things in order to reach this Ten of Pentacles. Okay, it could be some valuable information. It could be some things that have been missing within communication. Okay, and could have been blocking this potential Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so maybe some kind of disruption to have a Two of Cups, a relationship. Okay, and that's for some of you. That's not going to be for everybody. Okay, so get in where you fit in on this reading. The last card here is the Fool card. Okay, the Fool card coming right here on the outskirts. Okay, kind of looking up at this Ten of Pentacles. Okay, someone is willing to take a risk. Okay, either for some of you, maybe take a risk of trying to get this Ten of Pentacles, okay, with someone, talking about kind of getting into a relationship. If we go on the outskirts of your reading here and go all the way up, it's back to this Four of Swords. Okay, so contemplating the benefits of being in a relationship, just running down everything. Okay, from Sagittariuses that are, struggling in a particular union right now and what to do. Okay, it all ends still for all of you Sagittariuses taking a risk. Okay, taking a leap of faith. Okay, and it could be either to salvage what you can or to break free. Take the chance to explore and move on. Okay, again, this Two of Swords energy, it's all up to you guys after you do your reflecting. Okay, and let's look at the bottom of the deck, okay, to get the overall outcome. Okay, and we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, the Knight of Wands coming on the right side of this Four of Swords. Okay, so I feel like with this Knight of Wands, which is kind of like player-like energy, usually very playful, not really, slightly determined, but only towards one type of goal. Okay, so you could be in that energy now, overall outcome, or that is how you have been moving. But if you're trying, I feel like there's this king energy here. Okay, and in all actuality, it's the only king on your spread in this 10 of Pentacles, okay? You've got to overcome this Knight of Wands energy and get into this King of Cups energy, okay? If you are trying to get to this 10 of Pentacles. We're going to go up underneath that Knight of Wands to see what it is. And it is the 4 of Cups, okay? And it possibly could be that you were in this Knight of Wands energy, you got an offer, and it just was not enough to really get you into this King of Cups energy, okay? So right now, Sagittarius, it seems as though you guys are kind of stuck in your fire energy, which is you, Leo, and Aries, okay? And so it's something that you really have to decide what it is that you truly want. I'm sorry, you're still stuck in this 4 of Swords energy of trying to figure out what it is that you want in your life and if you're ready to make those steps forward, okay? So hopefully you've seen your other readings during week 3. We do have one more, which is the All My Love readings, and hopefully that will be able to assist you, okay? But until then, peace.